So,
So what?
what happened this morning?
So I got out of bed and I went to my anatomy class.
Which was your last anatomy class.
Yep, my last anatomy class. My very last anatomy class, I know.
And what was it about?
It was farm animal. So I learned about, I think it was like, it's not about pigs because we already did pigs 1 week, but I remember what it was about because I acted up during the lesson, and one time this is how I ended up acting up because my video was on and I noticed that the webcam was not working, and it was the FaceTime one that was working. And so I was looking around to see what was going on. What? Why are you laughing?
Because just the idea that all of this misbehavior happened because you were trying to troubleshoot your webcam just tickles me. I don't know why. But hold on, back up a minute. So I am normally sitting in the room while you're in your classes, right?
Yeah.
Normally sitting right in the room, making sure you're focused and paying attention. And for this particular class, one of the few times I had to leave the room, I went into my room to book a therapy appointment for you so you could get your knee looked at. So I'm not in the room, and then I come back into the room, and you're not on the camera, and you're not paying attention to the video they're showing in class. You're typing some nonsense into a feedback window.
Yes.
So tell me again how this came to be. You noticed your webcam was using the internal webcam and not the external webcam.
Yes, I was using the FaceTime HD.
Right, which is the built into the laptop.
Yeah.
And not the external one that was plugged in.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out why that was, because normally to show how the webcam is working, it has two blue lights at the sides. But this time it didn't, so it means it's not working. And then I saw a little green light. That means the FaceTime HD camera is working. That's built into a laptop. So that's how I wanted, because there's two different ways.
But wasn't the webcam... Hold on, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. But I just realized you talked to your teacher at the beginning of class. I heard you telling her stuff. Wasn't the webcam working at that point?
I didn't check, and I think the whole part of that class that the webcam wasn't working.
And nobody said anything to you?
No.
It was just a black screen because you would have had the external webcam over the top of the little lens.
Yeah.
So nobody would have seen anything but a black screen.
No.
What do you mean, no?
And this is how it worked out. They didn't see a black screen because you put the webcam on, and it was kind of like off to the side of the camera. They could see me, and I could see myself in the full little square screen.
Okay.
And then there was this like rotate 90 thing at the top that could rotate it upside down, sideways, two different directions.
So you were playing with all the settings.
So I was like, what was that? And it...
So wait a minute. At what point did you realize...
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you how it worked out.
I'm suspicious, though. I'm feeling suspicious because I am 1,000% positive that I put that external webcam exactly smack dab in the center of...
But you didn't.
Okay.
Because when I looked up, I turned this way because the screen was facing towards me, so I turned this way, and then I saw the little green light. So that, and then I saw it whenever I'm looking straight at the external green light.
Okay, so at some point you realized it was not the right webcam, So you opened up settings to try and figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, and then there was this little rotate 90 thing. It could go this way, but I was either like this or like this, rotating, or I was upside down or like this.
Oh, God. So you were...
I play with that.
No.
And then I clicked that FaceTime HD thing. It didn't have external webcam. It was just FaceTime. So I didn't know how to do that. So then there was this little feedback button. Actually, I need to go pee real quick. Okay, hold on, guys. I need to go pee.
Okay, where were we?
I don't remember.
So you said
I'll
you found the little feedback form.
Yep, I found the little feedback form, which is because it has like general video, all those listings on the same chat, whatever. And then it had a little feedback. I think like the third to last. I clicked that little feedback button.
Why did you click feedback?
Because I was wondering what that was. I thought it was like it had a little message thing at the bottom, like how if you would take like a messenger, like normal messenger. That's what I thought it would look like. But actually, I clicked it and it turns blue. So I clicked it, and then it opened up a new little window in that same settings box.
What were you going to do with the feedback window?
Well, I could say like ideas, reactions, whatever.
You think that's the kind of feedback they want? Your ideas, reactions? What were you going to tell them?
Nonsense.
That's what I found when I came out from the bedroom.
No, I did it 3 times.
You sent feedback?
Yeah.
Did you... You clicked the submit button?
No, it said send feedback.
You sent feedback?
Yeah. And I
3 times?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Well, one of the times you found me, I didn't even click the submit button.
But the other 2 times?
Yeah.
What did you say?
For one of them, it was like 3 names in the class.
What?
It was funny.
What?
And then there was a...
What?
And then there was a... Zach ABC.
You did not! You did not! What did you... You did not! What did you say the second time?
A funny name, Zach. Zach ABCs. Zach ABCs. And then I said Zach has blah blah blah. And then the third time I typed like a big paragraph, but it was just nonsense. It was just different letters. And then she found me standing up with my video turned off.
Yes.
And me typing.
Yes.
The random letters.
And I was very mad.
Yes.
Because why?
Because I was not supposed to be typing in the feedback box.
And you weren't supposed to be standing up, and you weren't supposed to have your video off. What were you supposed to be doing?
Yeah. I was supposed to be sitting down and paying attention to the screen.
And now you don't know anything that they talked about in class today?
No.
How do you feel about that?
Bad.
So what's a better thing to do next time? That you realize you're in class and you realize you're having a problem with your webcam. What would be the better decision?
To just leave it.
Because the point of class is not to have a webcam. The point of class is to focus on the learning. But what would something that would have been better to do than even any of that would be to just let me know you were having a problem.
Yeah.
So I could come fix it. You didn't do that either.
But all the other classes, my webcam works perfectly fine. But this is the only class.
That's okay. Things go wrong sometimes. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Like you said, you could have just used the webcam you were using and it would have been just fine. But if you wanted to fix it and you couldn't figure out how to fix it on your own after like 1 minute of disrupting your lesson, then you should have asked for help. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So next time we got to make some better decisions. But I can't believe you sent Zoom. I can't believe you sent Zoom feedback messages.
It wasn't sending.
Those messages went to Zoom.
No, I'm telling you, I think how I think it works. I don't think it sends it to Zoom. I think it sends it to Zoom preferences. Like the general.
Well, the Zoom general preferences support team just got a couple of really interesting messages today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do send it to the support team because under where the message says, it says send whatever. Remember what it said. But under that button where you send it, it'll say something like if you want to get technical support, go to support.
Yeah. Well, so you know how we like to find the positive and the negative? You know what the positive and the negative is for this situation? What?
The positive is if you need help, like after 1 minute you need help to fix the webcam or whatever, then I'll ask you. And the other positive to fix the webcam is to take it off and just use the webcam that's built in.
So basically one positive of the situation is that you learned a better way to do it. But the other positive, you want to know what it is? Is that some support worker at Zoom today got some really funny messages and probably got a kick out of them.
But you close the laptop, and I think there's a couple notifications just sitting there. And whenever you open that laptop again, they'll just ding right off. And it'll either say close or snooze. Both of them, and I'll snooze them.
All right. I can't with this child. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.